What is your family's most devious secret? When I was 7, my dad cheated on my mother with my stepmom Karen. After her divorce, my mom moved away and got married again. I was always under the impression that my mother abandoned me. And that's what my dad told me too. Karen had a daughter at that time who was 5. Mia. Her and I were kind of close growing up. But when we both hit puberty, our personality was different. Mia was the typical girly girl. She developed beautifully. She was basically like Cassie from Euphoria. She would get all the attention. Even my relatives preferred her more than me. I was basically a nerd. I was interested in sports. But I was told that I do not look bad and I am very attractive and pretty in my own way. But I was overshadowed by Mia. My dad was someone who was an opportunist. Whenever he would see an opportunity for him to shine, he would take it, even if it meant sidelining his own daughter. He saw that Mia got more attention than me, so he invested everything in her. I was kind of jealous, but I wasn't really that bothered because I believed if I did something good, I would be appreciated. So I studied hard and got into a prestigious university. That was the only time my father threw a party for me because I was the first in the family to do it. But Mia was jealous of it. So anyways, during my last year of high school, I started dating Tim. He proposed to me when we were sophomores in college. But we decided to wait till our graduation. So one day during our semester break, I went to his home and I saw the inconceivable. He was banging Mia. I was shocked, to say the least. I remember I was crying and screaming at him. I could never forget the smirk on Mia's face. That's when I knew Mia was a B word. So my dad and stepmom knew about it. And guess what? My dad told me, get over it and forgive them. Tim fell out of love with you. So what? He fell in love with your sister. You should give them your blessing instead of being petty, I shouted back. Of course you will say that because you cheated on mom. Big mistake. My dad and I had a screaming match. He told me he would disown me if I don't accept them and come to their wedding. I stormed off and I cried for days. That's when I realized something. I was alone. My dad didn't care if I was dead or alive. I started therapy after a friend of mine pushed me to it. It did help a bit. But in my mind I wanted some revenge. I wanted to be petty and make her regret it. I started thinking about what I could do. My initial plan was to wear white on her wedding day. But then I ran into Mia's ex, Jay. Him and Mia have been one of those couples who were on again, off again. Mia exploited Jay a lot. The last time they broke up was when Jay caught Mia flirting with one of his friends. But there was a lot of history. So when Jay learned about Mia and Tim, he was a little angry. He kept saying he wishes he could just take revenge on all the times Mia has done him wrong. So I had another plan. I knew Mia still had feelings for Jay, so I asked him to be my +1 at her wedding. It would piss her off. But we agreed that after that we would part ways. So when the wedding came, I was not at the wedding party. My dad was cordial with me because I wasn't creating trouble. So I went to her wedding with Jay. And I was wearing a bright red dress because I read that red means you slept with the groom. It was also over the top. I might have made some heads turn. When Mia saw me with Jay, her face turned pale. I was purposely being very touchy with Jay.